a YouTuber turned fighter versus a UFC superstar.
Can you imagine 5 years ago, someone said Jake Paul is gonna fight Nate Diaz and it might just be the biggest fight of the year? You'd think they're crazy.
Jake Paul's quite a polarizing character.
I know you're probably beating up old dudes in a bar right now.
He tries to get a rise out of people.
You're ducking me because you don't want to lose to a YouTuber.
How could you not respect the Diaz brothers and their resume in the fight game?
The YouTube title is shifting away. They're starting to respect them as a boxer.
I've knocked out every single person that I've fought.
I think Nate Diaz will be the biggest challenge of Jake Paul's career.
Nate Diaz is trouble waiting to happen.
Is this man leaving? And Nate Diaz leaving this arena.
This guy's been fighting since he was born.
I've been training since I was a kid.
He's probably fighting somebody right now.
This is the most important moment of my life. Find out what I'm truly made of.
I'm here to handle my business and get done what I gotta get done.
You're talking about two huge names going to battle.
The thrill of the fight, the buzz, the drama.
It's do or die.
The blood, the sweat, the tears. The dreams being shattered. A legacy being created.
Here comes trouble. I'm ready for war.
Let's go. Another massive event, baby. I love this. Feeling great. Let's go to work.
Jake understands that, good or bad, if you have an opinion on Jake Paul, you care about Jake Paul.
My daughter was raised in the world of boxing, but yeah, for her it was whatever. But the minute that I mentioned Jake Paul, she was all over it. She just wanted to be there. She wanted to meet him because of course, in her mind, he comes from a completely different environment.
Many in the boxing community simply will never accept it. They simply won't accept someone penetrating this combat sports wall without going through the motions they had to go through.
Like, you look at the fighters that Jake's fought so far. I mean, Tyron Woodley was a great fighter. He was a great fighter. But then he fought Anderson Silva.
I think Nate Diaz will be the biggest challenge of Jake Paul's career. And there are a lot of people out there, most of them in the MMA community, that believe that Nate Diaz is gonna be the guy that knocks off, stops, whatever, Jake Paul.
He's been talking about boxing for a very long time. He's sparred the likes of Andre Ward and has great respect from the boxing community.
Oh. That's right. It's quiet, man.
Yeah, because there's not normal people out there. No, it's different when there's normal people out there. It's all sketch and you're like standing there looking at each other.
He's always been a boxer. We know how tough and durable he is. And if nothing else, he's going to get in there and have a fight. And that's kind of what we questioned about the other fighters that Jake's fought. But that's not the question for Nate Diaz.
Tip for you. Tired, bro. Hardly slept last night.
When it comes to the Nate and Jake fight, it's undoubtedly one of the most marketable combat sports matchups that you can make. It's going to draw in all of Nate Diaz's fans, and they are legion, and all the MMA fans who want to see one of their guys knock out and stop Jake Paul. At the same time, it's going to bring all the Jake Paul fans, all the 20+ million YouTubers, all the 15, 16 million Instagram followers, all the 17 million TikTok followers. They are going to want to tune in as well.
I never was like social media is the new wave. I was the wave. Driving a bit, right?
Yeah. I think that'd be a good short form clip. Yeah. And then maybe like we do like another intro like in the house.
It's up to you. I'm down for whatever. Like I don't really care. I've been in this game since I was 16 years old. People watching me.
Yo, get the off the property, bro. Don't get off my property.
Every single move and living my life under a microscope. I was before everyone else doing it.
We're only the best vloggers rise to the top. We're only the Jake Paulers can take out every YouTube channel on the platform because we are the most lit YouTube channel. Good morning, Jake Paul, it's for real.
Because it's what I love doing.
Logan just hit me with the, I bet you $5,000 you won't jump in.
At first it was a joke in real life, but now the camera's up and we're vlogging.
$5,000.
I was there when we created the word influencer. I was in the room.
Find what you do well and
kill
go.
it.
That's
Kill
like
it.
focus on your thing and rock it, dude.
And dab on them haters.
And dab on them haters and then buy yourself a Lambo.
I've always known it was a powerful tool. You know, I was on camera, 17 years old, saying that influencers are gonna take over the world in every single industry.
Are you ready for the start? First start ever. 3, 2, 1. Mom, Dad, I love you.
Somehow Jake Paul has this magical quality to be able to make things come together just by manifesting them. He's like, you know, one day I'm gonna be the #1 YouTuber and social media guy in the world. And one day, you know, maybe I'll get in the ring and become a great boxer. And his brother's like, maybe one day I'll fight Floyd Mayweather. These things that could never happen in reality are happening in reality.
Don't let anyone tell you can't chase your dreams, guys, seriously.
Bro, I've seen it all, okay? Seen it all, bro. In celebrity years, I'm 100. That's a thing now.
Yeah.
Dog years, celebrity years. I'm 100. I definitely grew up in the public spotlight. And people were always trying to like pin me into these boxes of who I was or how I acted.
Let's go. Right to work.
Not realizing that I'm growing up and changing just like everyone else. I'm always evolving and trying to become the best version of myself. Really, boxing has allowed me the space and the discipline and routine to figure out who I truly am.
Like giving him a round off, like you going around and letting him come, but he wants you to go at it.
We started with my kids saying that they want to go by Jake's house in Hollywood. And we was like, well, we're not gonna go by Jake's house. And they're like, no, there's kids and people outside waiting to see him all the time, so you can go by there. And he loves boxing. We went by there and he looked at me, oh yeah, bring him in. So I walked in and met Jake. That was pretty much the beginning of us connecting with each other.
Shane Mosley is a Hall of Fame fighter. He has an incredible legacy, and his name being attached to Jake Paul, it does give him a little bit of validity, and it will at least let us know that Jake Paul is gonna take this seriously because Shane Mosley doesn't play.
Former super welterweight champion of the world, Sugar Shane Mosley.
And he cut Mayorga good. The old veteran champ. He's got Mayorga. Mayorga goes down to the 12th.
Shane Mosley does not play. I know he wouldn't be involved if this wasn't real.
But in terms of knowledge and what he knows about the sport, Shane is phenomenal. I think it won't hurt a training camp, having a guy of that caliber in your training camp.
Good
fight, Nate. Every round, I'm coming hot. Easy money.
He's telling me being in the ring with a world champion you get better by osmosis, and all the little tips, tricks, and intricacies of the sport I'm able to pick up on because of him.
Yeah. The first thing is the willingness to be a fighter, to be a real fighter. The willingness to do that. You know, it takes a lot of guts and courage.
There was a lot of self-reflection after the last fight. It's almost like a relief to have the loss out of the way, because like I've already dealt with what my worst fear was.
This is a fight that's been 2 years in the making. It's also a fight that's captured the imagination and generated huge interest. Two men who split opinion, a fight that splits opinion. It has to be the most eagerly anticipated 8-rounder that any of us have been involved in.
That Tommy Fury fight alone really qualified him as a professional boxer to me. You can't discount that performance. And the fact that he lost and he's picked himself up and he's going again. I have a lot of respect for the guy.
That was a cracking punch there from Fury. Down went Tommy Fury.
The winner by split decision, Tommy
All respect to Tommy, he won, you know, and don't judge me by my wins, judge me by my losses. I'll come back.
To have the loss, I almost feel free now. There's just no nerves. And I think with my new team, different preparation, everything's at a much higher level.
Right now, he's very sharp. This jab is getting a lot better, what you need. Right hands, left hooks. Where you're supposed to move. When people move a certain way, you move this way.
Hands in the air, hands in the air.
He's understanding the ring generalship of the boxing.
Yeah, you feel good, baby. Work. You feel good.
Which is a lot better now. His IQ is better.
There you go, Jake. There you go. There you go, Jake. There you go. Now, that's what I was telling you about. That's what I was telling you about. Integrity is everything. That's what I was telling you about. Good work, baby. That's the problem child. That's the guy I'm looking for.
Going back to MMA fights or fighting former MMA fighters is just him going back on the path that he originally started on, which is to fight the guys that make the biggest events. Fight the guys that offer the best economic opportunity for him.
If you've never heard of Nathan Diaz before, if you've never met him, if you've never seen him fight, you are truly missing out on one of the great characters in sports right now.
He had some huge fights in the UFC, but it was always his personality and his style that drew people to him more than anything. And then, of course, the fight against Conor McGregor was what launched him to superstardom.
McGregor was supposed to piece this guy apart, and that is not what happened.
If it wasn't for Nate Diaz beating Conor McGregor, I think he'd still be popular, but he wouldn't be a household name.
Great fight, though. How many else in the octagon I was spending? I'm over a half an hour, 40 minutes. 40 minutes inside a cage with the lad. There's always going to be respect off of that. Now, he gave me the rematch instant. That's commendable. That's real warrior stuff.
He is one of the stars of this generation.
What's up, brother? What kind of whip is this? No, this whole thing, I've been had this for a while. This nip, this is a little beater of mine. That's fresh. Yeah. Nice. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. This whole thing.
Nathan Diaz is someone who truly doesn't give a crap about what you or I think of him.
Nate, why Newport?
What's that?
Why'd you come to Newport? Why Newport?
We're actually going to spar out in another city down the road, so we just stopped by here to see the beach for a while before we go. It's always good, cool to come here and recover and work out and train too. Get good sun, good vibe, good energy, and then the beach right here, so it's perfect.
He's a cult figure in mixed martial arts. It was his attitude and his charisma and his fighting style that won people over.
Hey, Nate.
Yo.
Elijah, thanks for letting me roll with you guys. You guys are some cool motherfuckers, man. For real.
Yeah.
What people love about him and his brother so much is that they are very authentic. They are very real. People throw this around all the time, this term, authentic, real, all the time. But those two guys are.
You went out the balcony, brother. That's where it goes down at. I don't like that flavor. Is there another one? Is there another flavor, or are there only ones left?
Oh, there's these other ones you tried. Ooh, what?
Don't worry about this, brother.
That's what that is?
Eli, where the cup at?
Hey, give me that beer. Give me that beer. You can't lift weights with that.
That is funny.
What was I doing?
I grew up with a lot of people fighting around me and my brother. Growing up in Stockton, California, a bunch of guys from my neighborhood, and it was a tough place to grow up, but I'm sure that's in every city. I've seen a lot of fights. I was in a couple different karates. My mom signed me up for when I was a kid. And we were boxing in my backyard, and whoever would come over.
Let's go walk on a beer.
We're good.
Everybody, we're going for 5 minutes. We'll be right back.
All right.
Now you're coming too.
I'm going too, all right.
I certainly think this is going to be Jake's hardest fight against an MMA fighter so far.
Dude, yeah, survive.
And the fact, you know, Jake's coming off a loss. We don't know what that's going to do to him psychologically.
Jake Paul might not be the most seasoned fighter, but he's a fighter nonetheless.
He's really not even a YouTuber anymore. He is a gaining experience boxer.
It is a great honor to be here for the first press conference leading up to the massive Jake Paul versus Nathan Diaz boxing match. Let's get this party started. First off, let me welcome to the stage the disruptor himself, the international superstar, the problem child, Jake Paul.
Nate is going to look at him as a young kid who's going to be excitable because he sees Nate Diaz across the ring from him. I mean, like, think about that. When Nate Diaz was a superstar, Jake Paul was a teenager.
All right, Jake Paul versus the combat sports icon, the pride of Stockton, the one and only Nathan Diaz.
I think for both of these guys, family has to be a big part of it. You know, the Diaz brothers are always together. They always have been together. Nick has always been there to support Nate and vice versa.
Who's the better fighter between you guys?
That's a stupid question, dude. You know, it's my brother. I mean, like who would win? And it's like, okay, why, like, or what? Like, that's stupid, you know? You're gonna ask me that?
You can say the same thing for the Paul brothers. Jake having Logan as well as a great support network for him.
What was the last thing that you said to Jake before he came out tonight?
I said, Jake, I love you. I'm not going to give you a big speech. I know you got this.
#1 cheerleader. He's always there at the fights.
Anyone, anytime, any place. Anyone, anytime, any place.
He's jeering at the corner team of his opponent. To have that undeniable support must be amazing for both of them.
My relationship with my brother is, it's amazing. We're yin and yang.
So, happy birthday, Logan.
Thank you, bro. This is weird.
We're brothers.
That's true.
You know, best friends, pushing each other, inspiring each other, and really competing with each other.
Well, my brother is he's the one who started this whole road for me. He was always real fascinated in all martial arts. Just a little kid, and he's like doing the splits and thought he was Van Damme. We had a treehouse, had a piece of tape on the tree. And he'd always be trying to kick like that high. When he was around, I'm trying to kick the tape too, but I was nowhere near it. So I was always working kicks and doing whatever he was doing. Well, we started boxing in the gym when I was 15. Before that, my brother had boxing gloves at the house, and he'd talk people into boxing, like, hey, you want to box? He was the one putting it all in my face, so I just did whatever he did.
It's always been obvious that Nate's admired his brother, looked up to him, you know, and because of that, he's always strived to better himself to, you know, impress his older brother. So that's always made Nate keep chasing to keep improving.
We got a brother relationship, and then we got like a kind of a student-teacher relationship.
When the moments in the gym get hard, you know, and he's there also working out, he inspires me. I'm just amazed by him.
That brotherly support that they've got is going to be essential to both of them.
I like the way he's bounced back with this fight. You know, I mean, Nate Diaz is a big name. He has a huge fan base through UFC. There's definitely going to be intrigue.
Jake, do you ever see yourself fighting somebody that's been a champion or a current champion?
I've changed the whole entire game, brought a new 70 million followers to the sport. I've put on bigger pay-per-views than some of these Hall of Fame guys.
Jake is concerned with getting the soundbite and getting the clip and getting out there what is going to sell the fight and what is going to drive pay-per-views.
What's your resume look like?
You want to talk about resume? Yeah, I'm building it up, buddy. I just got started in this game. This is my 8th fight.
So it is about getting the assembled media to talk about certain things, not just that day, but for the weeks and months that follow.
Derek from Better Media here. Nate, I'm actually a boxer myself, and I've been trying to get into this undercard. If you think I could fight your brother, Nick, if he's anything like you, I think I'd beat his f***ing ass.
Brother, where you just gonna walk around the streets or some shit? You know, all my homeboys see you right now.
Yeah, I'm
That was stupid, huh?
I'm definitely pretty nervous right now.
Yeah, that was stupid.
Who got the microphone?
What's your name?
I'm Derek from Better Media.
He had his buddy in the crowd asking Nate if he could fight his brother because he thinks he would kick his ass. Like, that's the kind of stuff that sticks.
Derek, Better Media. Stupid ass, mother. You deserve your ass whipped.
I was trying to stir things up a little bit. I was trying to get rowdy. Because that's what I expected from him.
He works for my company. I'll handle that later. I'll fire him later. I'm sorry about that, Nate.
Like, I thought the whole squads and camps were gonna break out into a fight.
Derek, shut up.
All right, sorry.
First of all, I'm a martial artist. I'm not trying to fight with anybody.
It's awesome to bring it back here because Texas obviously has crazy fight fans. So, is this man leaving?
He said he's just going to the restroom and he'll be right back.
Jesus Christ.
I'm definitely not trying to get on the stage and argue with no one.
He's gonna do a lot of things great. I'm just gonna do them better.
So, easy jog to over there, 22-second rhythm.
I'm faster, I'm stronger, more powerful, and the better boxer.
All right, sit.
I'm gonna go hit a mile downhill and then a mile uphill. Every fight I fight in MMA, I was training just like any boxer trained for a boxing match. I feel like I was a pro boxer the whole time, running and doing all the boxing workouts, sparring pros.
I just think I'm a better boxer than all those guys he fought.
Remember, 10 rounds we got, like Coach said, you gotta ease yourself into it. Got 10 rounds right here.
Nate was the one that wanted the 10 rounds. So I've been wanting this with someone. I want to test myself, and I believe I get better as the rounds go on.
Good rhythm, I just want good solid rhythm. Learn how to pose, you pace yourself, stay control.
Yeah, I'm excited for 10 rounds. He thinks it's to his advantage, but it's not. He's gonna realize it once he gets in there.
A real dog in front of you, you might not be able to just go. You gotta be able to do what Coach wants you to do. Maybe he don't want you to do a lot in the first round to fill the guy out.
If you look at my fights, I knock out Tyron in 6, knock down Anderson in 8, knock down Tommy in 8. So it's really to my advantage, all of it. I know he's training hard, sparring 20 rounds, 25 rounds are the rumors.
I've been going to boxing gyms since I'm 15 years old, sparring pro boxers. I don't think I've ever got my ass whipped in a boxing gym and been the last guy to win the rounds. I don't plan on losing to anybody.
It's a possibility that Nate could be the most difficult because he has more boxing experience than I think any of the other MMA fighters.
I can't see how Jake is going to be able to deal with Nate's volume of punches.
Once the punches start flying, we're going to see the toughness of Nate and the durability of Jake Paul.
He's better than what he was when he fought Tommy Fury. His youth, his speed, his power, get it out of the way of punches and stuff like that. I think it's going to be very, very hard for Nate.
Nate, he's a warrior, right? I mean, a guy that's practically willing to die in a cage, and I'm pretty sure in a ring as well. So he's not going to stop fighting, period.
We have a guy who's a legend in MMA and is looking at Jake as, he got himself here. He deserves this fight, and he deserves my respect.
He's got real power in that right hand. It's going to be interesting to see if, when he takes that first straight right hand from Jake Paul, how does he handle it? How well does he take it? And in a boxing match, can he continue after taking that shot?
I'm the best fighter to ever fight in the UFC, straight up. I've been fought
Your record
everybody.
doesn't agree with that.
And
you're like 32-15 in the UFC.
Yeah, brother, but what's up? It's the same decision losses like you just lost. I'm not an on-stage arguer. If we are, I'm gonna probably sock your ass.
You got 15 losses.
Yeah, but who'd I fight? I've been fighting the top 10 guys the whole time.
His legacy's on the line. He does not want to lose.
Do I deserve to be in with you is what he's asking. Come on, man, what the you talking about?
For me, I can't lose twice in a row, so my legacy's on the line.
I'm a real fighter. I want to fight.
I'm coming for war, for a bloodbath. I'm gonna knock this guy out.
A YouTuber turned fighter.
Versus a UFC superstar.
That time is coming. I'm here to handle my business and get done what I gotta get done.
I'm filled with vengeance, anger.
I know what I gotta do for these fights. There is no tomorrow. We're gonna see August 5th.
Let's go!
It is a matter of pride.
Ready for war.
Two huge names go into battle.
This is the one fight that you need to see.
The blood, the sweat, the tears.
He's gonna leave unconscious.
I mean, he's incredible.
Anything can happen. You can't miss it.
Ready for war.
August 5th.
You can't miss it.